Welcome to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Dimitri. I'm here with Ian. He runs the camera. He's also a motoring enthusiast and he drives a BMW. We all drove BMWs here, and I have two awesome BMWs in the background. We're going to talk about this one, but the reason we have both of them is that car is also available on our website, and it is one of my personal favorites. Ian, what do you think of that one?
I love it. I love the M parallel wheels as well.
Yeah.
Very rare car with that M package on it.
Absolutely. That's what makes that car different. And but this car is a little bit bigger. It's a few inches bigger. It's not always better in this instance, but as far as this is an L version, and the sport version in US had a shorter back door. But this car has plenty of legroom. We know this car very, very, very well. This is the car that we actually bought from the original owner. He literally, I remember one day, he drove in right there. He parked the car, came in to see us, and asked us if we are interested in the car. So after speaking with him and learning the history, we were thrilled to buy it, and we sold it to one of our local customers a few years ago, and he bought it knowing that the car is going to need quite a bit of mechanical improvements, because the reason the original owner was selling the car while thoroughly maintaining it at the local BMW dealership, it accumulated certain types of things that we BMW enthusiasts all know these cars need at some point of vehicle's life, and that point was exactly that, when the original owner decided to, well, do I put the money or did I have a good run with the car? He absolutely had an awesome run. He enjoyed the car, and we bought it from him. At the time, the car had all original paint, and it was full disclosure. It needed actually a good amount of work. So we have the service records of the work that was done on the car right after it was purchased from the original owner. And without getting into all the details, we'll just say that it was close to $15,000. And yes, it was an overkill. You didn't have to spend that. You could have spent half of that, and it would still be an awesome, reliable car. But the goal was to really get it to the absolutely best mechanical condition. And the car has done great for the second owner. They had an awesome run with it, but they actually needed a different type of vehicle. They needed a pickup truck, so they traded the car back to us, and we did some follow-up work to get it ready for the market. But the vehicle, it's a perfect car for a BMW enthusiast because it comes with tons of brand new parts that are not in the boxes. They're already installed, and someone paid for the labor to AlphaCars to install these parts, and we have service records to show that. So with this video, we're going to show you just the condition of the car. It's actually very, very presentable. There were some minor imperfections on the bodywork and through the few years of ownership by the second owner. Some panels were refinished, but there was no real collision damage or anything like that. Let's take a peek at the interior. Actually, the sun, I'm not sure how it's going to affect it, but when you get inside, this has luxury seats, and the seat has this adjustment, which is really cool because it actually changes not only the angle of the seat back, we can change it here, but this switch is amazing because look at this. You can look at the bolsters, they look really nice. All the entry points, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
this is phenomenal.
Awesome. Super quiet, smooth operation.
And I can speak highly about this cars. I had a black one that I bought with 60,000 miles. I'm sorry, with 30,000 miles. And I sold it close to 100,000 miles. It was 2001. And it was sold to a customer in Medford. And I think he still drives the car. They have a shop down there. They service it. So you get in, and the steering wheel feels nice. It's actually a heated steering wheel. You can look at the condition of the dashboard. The second owner had this. I wish I had this in my car. It's a 3D printed cup holder that works really good. That was the only thing about this car that I couldn't find a good spot for the cup. But this does have, you can see there's another set of cup holders right here. Ian, I'm going to invite you in the car.
Sure.
Isn't that a lot of room back there?
Oh, it's an insane amount of room.
Yeah.
I'm just about 6 feet tall, and there's over a foot of room between my knee and your seat.
Absolutely.
It's nuts.
And there is a cup holder here. You need to be very gentle with this. Even from new, they were not super like durable or reliable, but this one is still here. It still works. You have to guide it a little bit, but I would say this, and I didn't like to use them on my car because when you extended them, you'd lose this really nice real estate. So the condition of this interior is really good. Of course, there are some hairline cracks and a couple of pieces of wood here and there. And the driver's area looks very, very nice. Over here, which is not uncommon, there are no warning lights for the airbags, but this airbag cover, you can see it's warped a little bit over there. The headliner is awesome, though. Let's point that out.
It is very nice.
Yep, it is very nice. So it has 162,507, and check this out. For full disclosure, there are a couple of pixels missing here and there, which is not uncommon, but it does say 162,507.
Now let's take a look in the engine compartment. It is pretty clean in there for the age of the vehicle. And I'll take care of this segment. Dimitri had to run inside, so I will show this to you. You can see the little lever here comes out, and you can simply pull this up, and the struts there hold up the hood beautifully. You don't have to hold it there by hand or anything. And let me angle the camera a bit better. Check it out, the engine covers all look very nice. And even these little, there's actually a couple little caps here that pop out to remove this cover, and these are commonly kind of get loose and are lost, especially when the vehicle gets worked on. So they are there on both sides. I know that because I have a BMW of this era, and one of mine, after working on it, got kind of loose and fell out, unfortunately. But on this one, they're both there. And of course, the rest of the engine compartment looks really nice. A little bit of wear, you could say, for the finish of the valve covers, but as you'd kind of expect, you know, for a vehicle this age. But look at all the room. It's a V8, but there's plenty of room, especially once you take these covers off. You have even more room, and it can really be a pleasure to work on, especially a vehicle, a BMW from this era. It's very simple and pretty straightforward, and you do have a lot of room to kind of get to things. We can see things like the airbox, the intake tube, we have the radiator shroud. The plastic all looks really nice for the age, doesn't really look weathered or anything like that. Strut towers are in awesome shape. Even the nuts for the strut mounts there look very nice. And even look at the fender on this side here. Look at the fender fasteners, the hood fasteners there. No wrench marks on those. Even the hood installation looks very nice as well. So overall, just very, very clean. Let me even take off the oil cap here, and let me show you in there. You can see one of the timing chains, and even look at there's a couple nuts in there. There's no oil sludge, there's no buildup. You can tell it had regular oil changes. It has that nice shine to it, and that's really what you want to see there. So you know it really always stayed on schedule for those oil changes. Let me start it up. This will be a cold start. I do apologize for the sun glare on the camera, but let's put the key in and check this out. It just starts right up. Turn of a key, and it is really stone cold. I can put my hand on the valve cover, like I can hold it there forever. It's perfectly cold, and it just runs super smooth. There's no abnormal noises or anything of that nature. Let me get the mic nice and close for you to listen to the microphone. And even look at how smooth it's running. It's not shaking. If I put my hand on it, you would barely know it's running. It's super smooth and really just well sorted. Of course, like I said, with a valve cover, you know, those little things you might want to tidy up here and there in your spare time, things that would be enjoyable to do as you kind of do things one by one on the 7 Series. Let me shut this off here. And that's the beauty of these cars. They are pretty fun to work on, especially one like this where it's not, you know, it's not corroded. You're not going to run into all these seized and stuck bolts and things of that nature. So when you have one that has been worked on and has been cared for and maintained, it is really a joy to wrench on it in your spare time. And you get the satisfaction of kind of slowly improving things as well. And that's been a tour of the engine compartment.
Should we take it for a quick drive?
We could, yeah. Let me get in the back like you're my chauffeur.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to open the door for me.
Yeah. And you're going to report to consumers, to our, well, viewers. Maybe we're going to turn one of the viewer into a consumer. But look at how much room it's got. It definitely has much more room than that other BMW.
Oh, for sure.
Let's turn the heated seats. Okay. Heated seats in the back. Again, for full disclosure.
You can see we have the on and off button
yes.
and then the intensity.
Absolutely.
And it all works great.
I confused that with the Audi switches. You crank those, you don't have to do the button.
The Audi Volkswagen switches, it's only the wheel.
Yep. But this is nice because with this, you can set your lovely position and then you can just turn them on and off.
Yep.
For full disclosure, this is the pockets on the back of the seat. That one is a little bit kind of like coming out a little bit. And there's something else that this car has that you rarely see, and that is the pass-through. My black car had that. I would take that skiing, and it does have the ski bag right there. Perfect car for skiing. Seriously, with snow tires, it would go anywhere. And then you would put your skis there, and it has a seat belt for the skis, so they don't slide forward, because if you go fast in your BMW, and then you have to slow down, the car is capable to slow down rapidly, but your skis would still continue moving. That would be a bad scene, but they do have a seat belt for that. So in 2001, when luxurious Acuras were going for $26,000 to $28,000, this BMW window sticker was almost $70,000, $69,000, $145. This is a very expensive car. So let's see why it was that expensive. And by the way, LEDs here work awesome. Check that out. That works great. And
all the symbols and buttons look really nice as well.
Yeah, all the little dots. You have two fans, one for the right side, one for the left side. And here's the OBD2 port, and we are missing a little cover. There was a cover here that would extend, so we're missing that. AC works on this car beautiful, heat works beautiful. It does have the DSP, but we're gonna really dedicate this test drive to the sound of the engine and not the sound in the car. And the sound in this car is phenomenal because it has the DSP, digital sound processing. And the one with echo, like concert hall, and
yeah, we have a full equalizer right
yeah, and it really gives you 3D. It's like if you are in some cathedral somewhere in Europe.
It's as big as a cathedral in here.
Yep, it is.
I can't even reach you. I can't even reach your seat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
which may be a good thing depending on who you're riding with.
That's right. And how fast you're going. So, very comfortable seat. Very, very comfortable seat. Power steering is nice and smooth. It still gives you a little bit of resistance. Let's check the heated steering wheel. And the condition of the leather is just beautiful.
Generation.
Without going crazy, but it's got a really nice pickup. And
yeah, I mean, we're right up to 50 in no time.
Another couple of disclosures. So while the sunshade works, and again, the headliner is in great condition, The sunroof does not work. That was the original disclosure by the original owner, because the sunroof stopped working years ago and he never had it fixed because he never opened it. That's actually why I believe it stopped working, because he never opened it. But you do have the glass panel, so when you slide this, you can still see the sky and the sun and all the beautiful things above our heads. It shifts great, it tracks great, it handles nice. You can tell you're driving a BMW. It is very, very comfortable. I especially love that seat feature with my back. It's really, really good. We're gonna pull into AlphaCars. You can see the directionals, everything works. The windshield is nice and clear. The second owner, I know, replaced the windshield. So we're gonna back up a little bit. Actually, we'll keep it right there. It's definitely, this car has character, because when you go somewhere, I remember even with my black car, I sold it maybe 5-6 years ago. That was 2001. Anywhere I went with that car, it was like, oh my God, what kind of BMW is that? Because most people do not remember these cars anymore. And before we wrap up this video, we're gonna go over and even though the car is 162,500 miles, and it looks phenomenal, very, very presentable, and we already covered a lot of disclosures, but we do want to go over the exterior and show you things that, if you consider buying this car sight unseen, we wanted to relate to you what you see here if you were here with us looking at the car. So the very front, the hood is, you can see occasional little chips. Nothing crazy, it's not sandblasted, but there are a few chips here and there. Actually, yes, let's go that way. And on the front fender, it's in very good condition. A couple of minor chips that are touched up, one here, one there. There's a tiny little, I didn't see it before, but it looks like there's a small dent right in this area. I would say it's a ding. Definitely something that a PDR technician can address. There's a small scratch here in the clear coat. Looks like it could be buffed out, certainly improved. The mirror looks nice. The left door looks nice, but there is a good sized chip that was touched up. That was actually, I remember seeing that on this car for a while. And then as we get to the lower portion of the door, we know these have plastic trim on the bottom, color matched, like a little cladding. And the corner of that cladding is chipped off right here. The plastic rocker panel cover, you can call it side skirt, has some very light scuffs. Looks like it can be improved with polishing, but that has not been done, and it's there. There are a couple of touch-ups on the bottom of this door. You can see right there. One here, one there, another one there. And let's continue on. And if you see something that I missed, point that out. Sure. Here's another chip right here in the quarter panel. And most of the panels have original paint, like this has original paint, doors have original paint. This quarter panel has original paint. And let's keep going. The taillight's in good condition. There's a little bit of light hazing in this backup lenses, but overall it looks great. These corners look nice. The bumper, which is the plastic one, it has a couple of, actually has more than a couple, let's point them out. Has a gouge there, has light scratches there, has surface cracks in the paint right here. Let's continue on. There's a light scuff in this area. This side looks good. The quarter panel has original paint, the trunk has original paint. This door has original paint. And there is a kind of like a deep scratch that was touched up on this plastic cladding of the rocker panel cover. The door paint is good. So looks like there's a little bit of chipping around this door handle. And I believe this door was painted by well, not by the second owner, but during his ownership in the body shop. There was some fading on it when he bought the car, and they blended into the fender. So we see a couple of chips. There's one here. There's a touch-up over here, right there. and there's a chip here, and it looks like there's a light surface scratch right there. You cannot feel it. It certainly will clean up. So the windshield has no cracks, and the roof actually looks very nice. And right in the center, there is a ding right here in the roof, so right there. That's about it. Yeah, if you really look at it, you can see a couple of light scratches on the very top. But again, it's original paint, and the glass is in beautiful condition. All the trim is very nice. Everything lines up nicely. Doors open and close, beautiful. Look at this. Yeah, I cannot get over the size of that. It's just so unusual. It's like a limo.
Yeah.
So
it's like riding in a limo.
Yep.
It's very nice. Really, for the age and mileage, it is an exceptional
And look at the
shape.
lights. In 2001, they already made sure if you kind of tired after the party, you can always find that door handle. Yeah, it's a gorgeous car, and it's very affordable, and the best value is how cosmetically presentable it is already and how mechanically solid this is. So definitely give it a serious consideration. I think it's the best fit for definitely a car enthusiast, BMW enthusiast who is looking for one, because to find one of these cars, yeah, you can find them relatively inexpensive, but you're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars between cosmetic and mechanical improvements. And this is all done for you at half price. So definitely a good, solid value proposition. So thanks for watching. This was Dimitri and Ian showing you this gorgeous 2001 BMW 740iL. Please consider sharing, subscribing if you'd like to get awesome motoring content daily from our channel. And thanks for watching. Until next time.